Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of the EPL Challenge, or Damo Does England. In today's episode number 8, we have the start of Season 2 of the Premier League, and we really need to, for the challenge, probably win the title with Arsenal this season. With that all being said, we spent a lot of money, we brought in some world-class players, and we have a very, very big first-team squad, and hopefully this will all lead to plenty of rotation, lack of injuries, and will lead us to having a good end of season. If you did not check out the last previous videos, please do so, as you will see us bottle the Champions League, the FA Cup, and go from 2nd to 4th in the league because we don't know how to win a game in the last month of the season. And with that, that's also sparked me to change formation as well. If you are enjoying the content, do give it a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've of course got the Wrexham save going at the same time, so definitely go check out that playlist too for Wrexham. And let's get into today's episode. First things first, season preview. We have got, obviously, ourselves in second. You can see in the Media Dream 11, we've got Zinchenko, Zaniolo, and Odegaard. I'll tell you right now that Zaniolo is a brand new signing, obviously. He's not here in real life. He's on loan at Aston Villa from Galatasaray in real life. And Mr. Odegaard is at central midfield in the Media Dream 11. And Zinchenko's at left back, but he's not going to start left back for me this season. We've obviously made a lot of signings here, but I want to go through pre-season first. If we go to this season, pre-season's been immense. We've been beating everybody, and then played against a very good PSG side that had these players available. Tennis had a world-class game. They scored with only 1.15 XG through what would have been a penalty if they scored. That's where the XG came from. They scored pretty late with Asensio. But if you look at that, apart from Tennis having a world-class game, we were utterly dominant and looked very good against Arsenal, against PSG, and thus I'm very confident that we'll have a very good season. All right, you're all here for the transfers, so let's be honest. Let's go into transfers. Let's go back to last season, because we did make a couple of signings right before the end of the season, and we did make a couple of sales as well. Obviously, on the ins, we already had the Emery and Hassan deals already done, so Hassan coming in for 30.5. Great wonder kid. Could actually develop into a very good squad player by the end of this season, and if we somehow need to be here for a third season, because City are that good, I expect him to be part of the first team next season as well. So expect him to get some minutes in and around the first team. Same thing with Rowan Zamir Emery. The board wanted me to sign under 18 players. They've actually got rid of that now. They just don't want me to sign guys over the age of 30. So we didn't need to sign these two, but we did. Yet again, same thing. You know, if we somehow have to be here again next season, then Emery's probably going to be very good in the middle of the park. We'll probably look to sell Thomas Partey on. Emery comes in, and Partey will probably be someone that hopefully will fund more world-class players. Outside of that, our big signing that we did early on was Nicolo Zaniolo. Obviously, it was at Aston Villa. Aston Villa have a 27 mil potential clause to target if you want to get in. Well, obviously, Zaniolo has a 37.5 mil release fee as well. We triggered that. Whenever you can get a world-class winger, that is an elite winger, into your team for 37.5 mil, you definitely do it. He's already 4-star, elite winger, as we said. Great pace, good dribbling, can finish, can hit a ball from distance. I've used him before in FM. He's been worldy for me last year. To get him in, the Italian, I think is great. If Martinelli or Saka go down, this guy slots in, and bring this guy off the bench, I think is going to be very good. And in the rotated side, he stood win us games of football by himself. On the outs, though, big Eddie Nketiah went to West Ham. Look, he's still a decent footballer, you know, he's fine, but 30 mil for Eddie Nketiah funded what is our new number 9 striker with Gabriel Jesus having a broken leg. I just don't think he's good enough off the bench. I will say Eddie Nketiah is someone I might sign for a different club in this save, because 30 mil for him isn't the worst. I think West Ham's not a bad club for him. I'm thinking when I'm with Burnley or I'm with Forest or someone like that, and I need a striker in Season 2, maybe Eddie Nketiah is something that we might go for down the track. So something for the future. We go to this season's signings and whatever. We sold Trossard for 35. Somehow buy him on a Lukonga for 30 mil. Sure, you can go. The man that was on loan from Luton. Nuno Tavares went to Bayern for 17.5, 21 over the next season. And then we had some people that we've loaned out, etc. The big two signings, though, we made here is we got a backup goalkeeper, and Zach Steffen was transfer listed by City. We obviously let Raya go back to Brentford. He wanted to be first choice if he stayed. We didn't want to do that. So to have Zach Steffen, who's pretty decent as a backup keeper, come in, I think is pretty good, and on cheaper money. And the big boy, Victor Osimhen, is going to be your new striker up front. Nothing against Gabriel Jesus. I think Jesus is fine. Jesus off the bench, by the way, can play left wing, right wing, and up front, which is perfect. But Victor Osimhen for 107 mil, one of the better strikers in the league. If he can go and match Haaland this season, we'll win the league. And that is the plan with getting him in. Also, Jesus is not going to be available for the first 2 months of the season. So instead of playing Eddie Nketiah or something like that, I've decided to go big, have 2 months of Osimhen. And considering that if you look at the fixtures for the first 2 months, he should have a big one because we've got Bournemouth, Palace, Villa, Leicester, Chelsea, Southampton, West Ham, and Forest. We should be winning every one of those games apart from Villa and Chelsea. And I expect Osimhen to start in all of them and score more than 10 goals by that period. And if he's done that, he's probably got us on the way to winning a title. And there we go. Next episode that we would be seeing as well is going to be the Spurs-Man City doubleheader. Spurs, obviously, we only beat in the FA Cup, but they beat us home and away in the league last year. And Manchester City. So that will be your next episode. But for this episode, it's Bournemouth at the Emirates as we look to start our title charge. This is what I believe our best team is at the moment and our best bench. I will show you what the rotation team looks like here quickly as well. You know, your rotation team all of a sudden has Zach Steffen, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Diamonde, Kiwor, Party, Vieira, Zinchenko playing as a central midfielder. I get that he's a very good inverted wing-back, etc., but I want a proper full-back bombing on that side. If you have a look at him as an advanced playmaker on attack, guy is elite in passing, technique, going through the lines. If you look at him as a central midfielder on attack, he can also tackle, he can also get in and around the box. I just think this guy coming off your bench, being a Mr. Utility, is huge. You need a left-back off your bench because Tyranny, who's back from loan and will be starting, bring him on. You need a central midfielder, bring him on. Defensive midfielder, bring him on. You know, I think Zinchenko is just the perfect utility bench option. And then you got Smith Rowe, Zaniolo, and Gabriel Jesus. So that is a very good backup 11. You know, you got Partey, who's pretty good at the level. Zinchenko's world-class. Fabio Vieira's good for the level. Tomiyasu, Ben White, Diamonde, very good for the level. Zaniolo's world-class. Gabriel Jesus is world-class. All of a sudden, you're looking at that squad going, it rivals cities, but it's not cities. But have a look at the starting 11 here and have a look at the team. Ramsdale and net, he's fantastic. Got to give Timber the first couple of months because he has leading Premier League potential. So I think giving him game time back from his ACL injury, he hits that potential. He's going to be one of the better right backs in the league and in the world. I'd try to look for a right back. You know, even to get Kyle Walker in at 34 was 40 million. I wasn't going to do that. We still have a little bit of budget, but I don't think it's worth getting that Kyle Walker in. Might leave that for someone in January. Saliba and Gabriel, I did toy with the idea of dropping Gabriel, but yet again, no defender of note wanted to come in. The only one we could have got was Sinkman for 68 million, but I actually think Gabriel is a better defender than Sinkman, where Sinkman's a better ball player and more of a better right back. So with that being said, I've decided to go Gabriel. He's pretty physical. He's been scoring headers and he was part of the Brazilian team that won the Copa America. So there we are. Tyranny's back in as well. Have a look at Tyranny. Never should have been loaned out. This guy's elite. He's one of the better left backs in the league. He's nearly as good as Robertson, which is, you know, if you can get someone nearly as good as Robertson at left back, you'd take it. Guy can cross. Guy can get up and down. So the complete wing back on support. Bombing, overloading Martinelli. And there we go. And then in this 4-3-3, and the main reason we went into the 4-3-3 is you get Declan Rice in the hole, you get Odegaard and Havertz playing together. Havertz had a pretty decent year, but have a look at him as a central midfielder on attack. This guy getting in and around the box, he's 6'3", getting on headers, got great first touch, passing, technique, vision. This is a guy that should be starting in the middle of your park. Odegaard on the other side with Rice is world class. And then the front three, of course, is Martinelli, Saka, and Osimhen. Martinelli coming inside to allow Tyranny to bomb on, and Saka staying wide and allow Timber to hold with Declan Rice in the middle. So we've always got 4 at the back on the break. In terms of the system, we're on attacking because I want to go and dominate games. And as you can see, we're on standard tempo with a higher, standard directness with higher tempo, overlapping on the left, underlapping on the right, playing through the middle because that's where our world-class players are, working the ball to the box, playing for set pieces, and we're being a bit more expressive. I could move this to discipline, but I'm going to leave it for now. If I find that we're shipping goals, I might take that to discipline because I do that in the 4-2-3-1 and it works. Obviously, we're looking to regroup. No, we're counter-pressing. I've left it on regroup by accident. We're counter-pressing. We're going in the shape. Here, counter-pressing, counter, playing centre-backs, and then we're just, you know, we're Arsenal. We're very good. Constrict the lines, get up the field, trap inside, you know, funnel it into Declan Rice and Timber that's going to be sitting with him, funnel those boys to win the ball back. Saliba and Gabriel stepping up on halfway, give them no space, no time, and hopefully win the game of football. With that being said, that is your team. Let's get into it. Jesus is out, obviously. Ethan's going to make the bench because, you know, young Ethan, developing quite well. And if we're here for his 3rd season, Ethan will be part of the rotation as well. All right, let's go in and beat Bournemouth. Bournemouth had a decent year, and on FM they have a decent squad that is very, very good. If you can keep the squad together and stay up, Bournemouth is a team that, within 4 seasons you can be challenging for the Prem. Anyhow, Ramsdale in net. You can see the team on there. Let's go and have a look at this Bournemouth side. And the Bournemouth team is lining up still with Neto in goals. Still got Ilya at right back. Max Aarons is now there. Billing, Cook, Adams, Solanke, Toure, Cliver. Those are guys that can impact games of football and are very dynamic. If you watched Bournemouth play against Spurs last night, they probably should have scored 3 or 4 goals. I'm pretty wary that they're going to be a good side. But at the Emirates, I expect to dominate. And, this is the reason why I play this system. On attacking, we should dominate most games in the Prem with this side. Get the ball to Osimhen and go score goals. Got to be a throw-in for Tierney on this left-hand side. Finds Havertz. Tierney. Back into Havertz. Declan Rice knows how to hit him from deep. Declan Rice, straight at Neto, unfortunately. That's the thing. In the right moments, the halfback does get forward and does hit him from outside the box. Hence why I like Deck Dad in there. Saliba's playing with a bruised shoulder, by the way, but he should be fine. Odegaard with the ball front stick. Saliba will recycle. Is this going to still be our highlight? Martinelli? No, it won't be. Offside. Good start. First 6 minutes. Looked okay. And let's see what happens here moving forward. Saka looking wide to Martinelli, who starts wide then comes inside with the ball in the inverted winger role. Gets in the box. That's never a penalty, so don't worry about that one. I will say I'm tempted to also play inside forward on support, and I still think the winger role is the best this season out of the 3. But yeah, never going to be a pen. Apparently they've given it. Well, okay. Saka's score. We'll take charity. I would imagine he misses because it should never be a pen. He scores, bottom bin. Look, never a penalty. Bournemouth been hard done by. We lead 1-0. Mr. Saka has scored our first goal of season 2. And now it's all about, let's see what the boys can do. And I would love a few clean sheets this year if we could. But I don't think we will in this system. So far, not bad. 59% possession. We are 1-0 up for a dubious penalty. Love to see us actually score from open play. Liverpool beating Newcastle already in a big game away at the Toon. And Saliba, with this little knock of his, finds Timber. Finds Odegaard. Should be able to keep it here. And Declan Rice dropping in, which is perfect. That halfback just dictates tempo, and Declan Rice is perfect at it. Gabriel, ball out to Martinelli's feet. Great ball from Gabriel. Martinelli driving. Gets lucky, falls to him. Cuts it to Havertz, he knows how to hit him. Got Odegaard in the middle of the box. Neto pulls off a world-class save. Good movement, though. Need Odegaard to be scoring those chances. But that was good movement. Very well done. And it still is 1-0. Martinelli finds Odegaard. Back to Martinelli. Short corner routine. Martinelli blocked. Gabriel misses. Very dominant display first 30 minutes here. But still only 1-0. Neto thumps long. Ball does not fall to Odegaard. Max Aarons. We now go on the press. Victor Osimhen leading the line. Haven't seen him in the highlight yet. Get going. Kirkez. Well done, Timber. Saka needs to get there. Does. Declan Rice. Saka can play ball inside. Looks for Havertz. Flicks on. Osimhen. Can he score? Victor puts it over the bar. Bit of movement though from Victor. Good flick on from Havertz. He is a big boy. Still only 2-0. Looking good. Playing well. Dominating. But not exactly perfect. Where Liverpool are 3-0 up against Newcastle, which kind of just shows you what their quality is like this season. Half-time or 1-0 up. You take this. I'm very happy with it. But we need another goal. We need to dominate. We need to go. Kirkez. Billing. Timber heads, but into the middle of the park. Cook now. Hits from distance. Wow. Just like that, we give them 1 moment. It's a goal. Just like that, we give them 1 moment. Bournemouth score. It's 1-1. For all the domination we've had, what a hit. 10 shots for and 2 XG. And they've scored from outside the box against the runner play. Saliba heads down. Odegaard now. Good ball to Saka. Needs a runner. Might go himself now. Timber's back a line if he needs the help. Odegaard's there too. Havertz, first time. What a strike. Great ball to Odegaard. Havertz first time. 2 wonder goals in the same game. Gotta love to see it. That is a beautiful strike. Nothing Neto can do about that. And that is 2-1. Saka with the ball. Inside to Odegaard. First time to Havertz. Steadies himself. First time into the top bin. And that's why I changed to 4-3-3 to get Havertz playing in the central midfield because he's world class at what he does. Not long left to go here in this game. Half an hour still to go. Not long left to go. Still long enough to go. Traore. Sensi. Adams. Solanke. Good ball movement here. Trying to get the press. Ilya. Max Aarons. Can we go and squeeze? Force him back and then we win the ball long. Sensi. Do we win that one on Traore's touch? We don't. We haven't let him turn yet, which is good. Still haven't let him turn. We now have Victor Osimhen. That's lazy. All comes from Victor Osimhen not getting behind the ball there. Still looking to press. I've got a winger wide. Ilya driving run. Good ball to Cliver. Here come Bournemouth. That's outside the box. It's a good foul from Tierney. It's outside the area. Well knocked around by Bournemouth, has to be said. They have a decent side. It's outside the area. Yep, that's fine. 60 minutes played. Spurs and Man United are drawing. I think we're going to move it to more discipline now. I think that's the first one we're going to do. We're going to look to make some changes here as well. Martinelli is going to come off here. And Martinelli is coming off for Zaniolo, who prefers to play inside forward on support, so we'll put him on that. Timber is going to come off here as well for Tomiyasu. Like for like. Saliba's also got that knock, so I'm going to bring in Osimhen Diamonde as well. How are you? Good to see you, Grant. Good to see you, Grant. How's things? Of course, live on the stream. Links down below here, YouTube. Dominating this whole game, but still only 2-1. Going to move us on to positive here to try and see this game out in slightly shorter tempo and a little bit of time wasting. Still looking to play football, but trying to see the game out if possible. Declan Rice, overlapping run there for Tierney. We probably should bring on Zinchenko here. Zaniolo just over the bar. I'm going to bring Zinchenko on. Martin Odegaard here for Zinchenko. I think that's fine. Also think Saka's pretty dead, so we'll bring on Smith Rowe as well. And those will be your last changes. Granola is like American for muesli. I think that's correct. As Granola Joe is in the chat. Good to see you, Grant. 85 minutes played, still 2-1. Can we find another goal, or will we just see this game out at 2-1? We've been utterly dominant. We should have scored more than the 2 goals today. Look, it's a win. It might not be. We might get hit on the break. We might actually score a third. As Tomiyasu heads into the top bin. Smith Rowe assists. We do get the third. 2.92 XG for 2 goals. We probably should have scored more. Havertz with the wonder goal. That's probably helped save us. In the end, a great ball in from Smith Rowe, and Tomiyasu with a great header into the top bin. Makes it 3-1. Makes it sound more comfortable than what it was. 18 shots, 9 on target, utterly dominant, 64% of the ball. We definitely should have won this game of football. I wish we probably scored and were a little bit more clinical. But to win, and that's all that matters, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. With that being said, that's the end of the episode. Next episode will be that Spurs-Man City doubleheader. Hopefully we go on a good run and have not lost the game by then in the league. And that Man City game is going to be massive considering they won 3 of the 4 competitions they win last season. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much and have a great one. Goodbye.